Hey everybody, it's Carlos from Immortals Inc. podcast, and here I am. I got Mike on the mic.
Yeah.
And it's that weather of cardigan time again, so here I am in my cardigan.
It is.
To talk about something dark and depressing and just plain nuts.
Which is?
Trench Crusade.
Immortals Inc. isn't just a great podcast with a couple of good-looking guys.
It's an actual brick and mortar store.
Immortals Inc. stocks all the latest RPG, miniature, and card games. Check out our selection of the latest releases, along with some of our most popular games and toys that you might have loved for years.
We run events with different games being highlighted daily, along with special premium events. With 3 gaming areas, we have plenty of room for everyone. We even have a private gaming area for rent, in case you want to run that special game.
If you're not in the Cleveland, Ohio area, you can shop our entire store online at www.immortalsinc.com. You can even access our card singles catalog there.
Enjoy the store and podcast at immortalsinc.com. That's immortalsinc.com. All right, so do you know what Trench Crusade is?
No, I just heard about the trenches, the World War II trenches. Am I close?
Okay, stop. Stop. There's so many statements wrong. You're college educated, aren't you?
Am I close?
No, yeah, I guess. in a biblical sense.
Exactly.
So anyway, or I shouldn't say biblical,
Whoa, are you pushing religion on this channel?
Maybe. So then the bigger part of it picture, right? Like in world history, I guess you're close. But so anyway, Trench Crusade is a miniature game that was, apparently, I didn't know this either, was developed by a lot of guys. I personally think, and this is my opinion, think that it was like a side project of a lot of Games Workshop. It seems like they're artists, designers, and
The interns got pushed off to the side.
No, these were pretty. The names they threw out when I was researching it a little bit are pretty big names. So if you go to trenchcrusade.com or whatever it might be, it's a game set in. It's really religious. It's not like really religious, but very. Man, it's just got a full background. It's obviously set it's an alternate history, which started with the first Crusades in like 1011 or whatever it was. And basically, the premise is that back then in the first Crusades, they found in some cavern some ancient artifacts that basically allowed you to speak to hell.
Oh.
Well, then it all went to hell from there. So I guess over time, you get all the way up to like, say, World War I era. That the trench warfare.
There we go. I knew I was onto something.
So then...
college educated.
There you go. So basically it's, you have the good side, which is like basically Christian religions versus like the demonic hordes. And you could take a deep dive. Like I was watching some stuff because I wanted to be about it, but there's like a whole bunch of lore to it. I'm like, well, let me read it later.
And is it like accurate? Do they kind of go into historical accuracy at all? Or what?
Well, no, I mean...
Because alternate universe?
I think I don't know. I got to read it.
They probably inspired off.
But up until like the actual, there's a lot of history to it. Like a lot of like one podcast I was watching, he goes, listen, there is a huge difference between Russia and Prussia. I'm like, well, yeah, there is. So they kind of use it as a backdrop, like the Catholic religion has a big part of it, but then it brings in all religions, and it's just, I got to read it. I'm not an expert on it. And this is where I go back. This is where I'm coming to Trench Crusade. It was free. You have free rules, and you can get. I think it might have been free STLs. Is that what those is a 3D printing game? And I guess the gameplay is pretty simple. And part of it is like anybody can fight anybody. Like a bullet a bullet is a great equalizer. So you could be like a demon spawn, and all of a sudden, you take them out with a bullet. Okay, we're good. It's like a normal guy can fight with, a host of hell. So, but it's got this huge backstory. The artwork is incredible. I'm sure you'll just play up some of their artwork. And the miniatures are the miniatures. And it was, I guess the big thing was it was free and STLs you could print at home. It was 3D printer printing, and then it was like third-party friendly too. So you can bring it in and they'd approve. Or I don't know that much about it. The reason I don't know that much about it is because, well, I own a store. Free and store doesn't work. And I'm not being mean. It's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I could host a Trench Crusade event. Well, what does that do for me? And I'm not being mean, but
bunch of loiterers everywhere.
Yeah, basically that's what I got. What am I going to charge for I'm going to charge an entry fee. What do you get? I don't know. I got nothing to sell you from Trench Crusade. Like, I have a Magic tournament. They get prize support. They get Magic, or they can buy Magic or they get credit for Magic. 40K, they got stuff and everything like that. And I'm like, well, and then I'm going to make fun, but guys would come in. Well, I don't know why you don't host Trench Crusade. It's a better game and it's free. I just said why I don't host it.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It's free. How am I going to make that work in the store as a store owner?
Free soliciting event.
Yeah. So everybody loved it. So I happen to be doing pre-orders. And I'm like, I didn't really pay attention to it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just didn't pay attention because it doesn't help me as a store owner. I was doing some pre-orders from Peach State, my favorite distributor.
Ooh.
Yeah, they should give me some. Anyway, and I saw Trench Crusade box set, whatever the first box set they have, they can buy it. I'm like, oh, what's this now? It looks like they're going to move into the market, like to sell the product, right? Okay, good idea. Pre-order some, and I'll have Trench Crusade. Hopefully they'll come out like rule books and more miniatures and everything like that. So while researching that, the hate online. It's like, why do I have to spend so much time listening to all these angry people? Like, if you have a hobby that you enjoy, why are you so angry about it? If that makes you that angry, don't play it, Guys come in, Magic, da-da-da. Listen, don't play it, man. Go play Lorcana.
Wait till next set. Go play Lorcana.
Yeah, go.
Lorcana people are happy.
Go try something else, man. If it doesn't make you happy and you're there to complain, why? And nobody really wants to hear you. But it made me laugh because as soon as that came up and I went to research, like, what are they releasing? What are they doing? Oh, boy. Everybody if you play Trench Crusade, they hate you, or like, they're on social media only on these platforms. Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get it, And I guess they're mad. Does this make any sense to you?
I mean, it doesn't make sense why everybody's always mad, but yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I know. They decide, like, okay, Trench Crusade's popular. They worked on it. They brought you something nice, and it was free because they didn't have the means or the ability, or they just weren't ready to release it as a paid product.
You can still play it as free, right?
Yes.
Over time.
You can take whatever you already have, and play it. But here these guys are like, right? It's not like they come in and kick in your door and say, "Are you playing the old version?" But here these guys come in, they spent their time, their effort, their money, and to bring you something nice, and they say, "Hey, you know what? Let me bring this to more people. Let me see if I'm going to market this." So then now I'm interested. I'm like, as a store, I'm like, you got stuff to sell? Okay, I can work with you. You're going to sell your core books. You're going to sell your miniatures. You're going to have a program where people come in and buy it. And then I'm like, then I can run tournaments, thereby increasing the reach of your product, right? Because, and you talk to some people, just 3D print it. Do you have a 3D printer laying around?
No.
I don't, right? And most people aren't that. If you're into the hobby of 3D printing, like, okay, that's what you got. Maybe you have 4 or 5 of them. Then you can do it. Like, that's part of your hobby. But literally you built a game that only applies, or that's the only market you're going to have, is those guys that have access or work with 3D printing. That's not something I want to do. And if I was a new gamer, I'm like looking online going, look at that. That's a cool looking game. I like that storyline. The gameplay's pretty good. Let me go play it. All right, well, you got to get, so then if you don't have a 3D printer, what do? You got to go find somebody with one.
Yep.
And I guarantee those guys ain't going to print for free.
Nope.
So it's, now you're like, well, I don't want to mess with it. It seems like an extra work to get it, But all of a sudden you're like, I can go to my local game store and they support it, and I can just buy it, and I can paint it, or I can just spray paint it, or just put it on the table as is. Yeah, it's easier. You open yourself up to more market, more players, more history, more. And if they get money, they can do more. Maybe they're doing this on the side as something, like anything else. You do something that you love on the side, and if you're successful enough at it, bam, you can do it full time. So, where was I going with that? Man, I went off on a tangent for a minute.
I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory.
I guess
you have options.
But I guess I don't understand. I do, but I don't. I know I don't. I don't understand why you get so mad because they want to move on to
I
the
don't
next
get it
step.
either, especially because the biggest argument is, hey, if you want to play it for free, you can play it for free still.
Yes.
You can do all that. What is it?
Like,
It's a TTRPG, tabletop RPG, or is it a miniature game? Okay, so kind of like 40K and all
Yeah,
those
it's
games.
a 40K competitor.
So, but it's from Games Workshop or what?
No, I think a lot of people, and if I'm wrong, put in the comments, but from what I researched, a lot of the people, there's some artists and stuff. There's some artists. There was a magic artist who, I think the magic artist who did, oh, I can't remember the guy's name. He did a lot of the Phyrexia art.
Oh, yeah.
I think he's the one who does a lot of that art. And if you look at the art, you're going to, when you put some images up, you're going to be like, oh, that's grim dark. You know what I'm saying? It's bad. But I didn't even want to get into the lore because it was cool. I wanted to be able to sit down I want to be able to sit down and watch it when I want to, not just like a research item of it. You know, I didn't have the time for the proper delve into it. But I'm excited because people talk about it all the time. You know, they 40K is 40K. I love 40K. I love Games Workshop. It's a good product. It's a good company, good games. They make great stuff. But not even a but here comes somebody else and says, hey, I got another game that's just as good, you know, or another option you can have, you know. It's not so like universe spanning like 40K or everything. It's like set here in this world. Like it'd be the same. It's a set world, you know, so you're not everywhere. So it could be limited and, you know, maybe some people like that, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see that, you know what I'm saying? But it also, to compete against each other makes a better product. Say Games Workshop is Games Workshop, the juggernaut of tabletop miniature games, right? We'll just say. If they don't have any competition, they'll get worse and sloppy and become. But all of a sudden, this guy comes up. Hey, look at me. They're going to be like, oh, who's that guy? You know, you got to compete against each other. That's called the market.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they'll improve their products in order to be better than this guy. And this guy will continue to improve his product so he can be as good as this guy. You know, it's like
Apple and Samsung.
Yeah. I mean, that's how you get advancements. That's how you get better stuff.
And Google phone's just over here trying to do something.
Wander around. But I'm excited to say, hey, let's take a look at Trench Crusade.
You know when it comes out? When that new...
it's up for pre-order, probably a couple months from now or something like that. But I hope to see from them some rule books, some back lore, and, you know, like anything else, you know, and then the miniatures. And then I could run these events because people want to play it. And it's like, I can't... it doesn't benefit me to put aside space in a store for a game that I can't profit from. I know that's a terrible word, but if I can't profit or make money or make it worth my while, then I can't stay open, you know?
It's just business.
Yeah, it's just business. And but that's also their business. If you made something from scratch and you made it and you gave it out to people for free because, hey, do you like this? Do you like this? Do you like this? You invested your time and effort into it. And if it doesn't work, you know, then you're not on any money.
And they invested money into it, I'm sure.
Yeah, but once you start investing money and effort, and all of a sudden, hey, you know what? I can get a return on my investment here. You know, whether it's money or time or, you know, effort or deals or whatever it might be. But I'm hoping to see Trench Crusade do something. I know Trench Crusade's probably not watching, but hey,
forget anybody from that team.
Forget all that anger. Forget all that hate. People want your product.
Yep.
You know?
And they can play it for free if they want to.
Yeah, and you can still play it for free. Like a video game.
Exactly.
How many video games you play for free because you don't want to buy the upgrades?
Exactly. Battlefield, Red Sec, the Battle Royale, you can play that for free. If you want to buy the game with multiplayer and campaign, you could buy the game for multiplayer and campaign.
Or like skins. I mean, I
or
played,
skins.
Yeah, when I was playing it a lot, maybe I spent $10-20 on some stupid skin because I wanted it.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's $10-20 they got, you know, for doing a lot of work, you know. It's like anything else. But if you like this, you like the comments, you have any comments or ideas about Trench Crusade, or if you'd like to see it here, let us know in the comments.
Any intel on what we were saying, whether you know the exact artists or any lore behind it, let us know in the comments. And as always, you can join, you could subscribe, you could like.
There's a ton of lore online too. Like YouTube, there's a ton of people talking about the lore.
Going a rat hole.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's a rat hole. Yeah,
rabbit hole or rat hole.
Rat holes are usually bad.
Yeah, rat holes are probably got some disease in there.
A little bit.
So do rabbit holes, though.
Yeah, rabbits are kind of filthy. Bam, hate. Anyway.
See you guys later.